Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. I've joined a political forum or some sort, and well, actually, it's a Discord, and I joined because I have a feeling that there is something wrong, and by that I mean I try not to judge people, but I hear a lot of things about some political party, etc., and I try not to believe in everything I hear. I go and check it myself. So I came there and started talking with people. And this is a left wing Discord, Discord channel. So I've heard a lot of things. I actually have quite very interesting discussions with very smart people and very good people. We don't agree on many things, but there was one thing that I could not understand. I heard about that inaction causes pain. And I thought, hey, look, inaction is a. You can't do it, right? So no one should judge you for it, but they do. And I also heard things like there is nothing wrong in being intolerant to intolerance. And that didn't sound right to me for some reason. I I couldn't put my finger on it. But today I reminded myself of this what you have in front of you. It's a short clip from a movie called Boondock Saints. And actually this is a great movie, guys. You need to see it. I mean, I'll just watch it again for like the fifth time or something. It's great. Uh, the thing is, let me play you this.
Of the sad story of Kitty Genovese. As you all may remember, a long time ago, almost 30 years ago, this poor soul cried out for help time and time again, but no person answered her calls. Though many saw, no one so much as called the police. They all just watched as Kitty was being stabbed to death in broad daylight. They watched as her assailant walked away. Now, we must all fear evil men. But there is another kind of evil which we must fear most, and that is the indifference of good men.
And then I understood. I couldn't put my finger on it, right? The intolerance causes intolerance. So how can you be intolerant to intolerant? I didn't understood that. To me, that will cause something wrong. That's not right. But I do agree with this priest. So why? What's going on there? And it finally hit me. What's wrong? There is I believe there is also a quote. I think. Uh, what was the quote? The only thing that needs to happen for evil to win is for good people to do nothing. I think that's Edmund Burke who said that. And then I understood, okay, that's true. You shouldn't be indifferent. You shouldn't be indifferent. That means they were right. The left was right. But I still had that feeling. And then I understood it. This priest is wrong. He's not wrong in a way that you shouldn't be indifferent. Oh, yes, you should. Of course, you should. Yes. That's what good people do. They are not indifferent, right? I mean, that's what good people do. No, no, no. Good people can be indifferent, right? But good people can also make a difference. It's up to them. But I understand when they were saying, like, doing nothing can cause also pain and suffering. They were referring to this, but they're wrong because there is another part of this. There is something written here that people ignore, right? The quote was misconstructed, and slowly over time, the quote became, you can't be indifferent to evil. That's what came out of Edmund Burke's quote. You can't be indifferent to evil. The end. Nothing else. Because that's what good men do. Good men do, right? You're supposed to be a good person, so you should not be indifferent. So the whatever was whatever the misconstruction, it's correct technically, but not really. It's wrong. Now, I've said already plenty of times that it's wrong, and possibly you're wondering why. Why it is wrong. Because indifference of good men, you can't ignore it. If you are indifferent and you are good, sorry, if you are good, then you should not be indifferent. If you are evil, then it's better for you to be indifferent. Why? Well, because you will cause more harm than good. That's the second part of this quote. Good man. Meaning, when you are not indifferent, you must come from a place of heart, from a place of friendship, from a place of understanding, compassion. And if you are, yes, don't be indifferent. If you are evil, on the other hand, and you're not coming from and if you're not coming from that place, don't do anything. It's better for you to be indifferent than do something, because you will cause more harm than harm than good. Indifference is one part of the quote. Good man is the second one. There are two meanings there, and one was remembered, one was forgotten. And that is, now everything fits perfectly. The left, I won't call it the left, some people on the left, right? Look, most of the people on the left, they're just normal people that go every day to work. They don't really, I guess, care about politics, or not that interested, etc. But people on the left that are interested in politics, that check out articles and check out newspapers and podcasts, those people, some of them are quite I don't know how to describe them. Fanatic, I guess? Or just wrong. They're just wrong. The thing is that no one can convince them that they're wrong. They are so convinced themselves that they're right and they're doing the right thing. If you are if you're not indifferent, that doesn't mean you're doing the right thing. If you are coming from a place, from a good place of your heart, then you are a good person, yes. But if you use hate, I don't know, hate or prejudice in what you're doing, in being, in making the difference, then you're not, that doesn't mean you're a good person. No, you're still a bad person. You're doing something wrong. Okay, so that points me to what is goodness? What is good and what is evil? I don't use those words. I mostly, as you already can see, I use a good place from your heart, something like that. Compassion, morality. I don't even know how to describe that good place of us, but I do know how to describe the bad place of us. It is, I use the word corruption. And let me explain you why, because there is another point to be made here. Let's say you want to hurt someone, right? Let's say your corruption tells you, hey, hit that guy. Then you ask your corruption, but why should I do that? Well, the corruption says, no reason, just do it. Well, what's your reaction? You're freaking insane. There's no point in me doing this. That's freaking insane. You are underestimating your corruption if you think that corruption is so dumb to work like that. That's not how it works. That's why I use the word corruption. Well, actually, there are uh, two reasons why I use the word corruption. This is the first one. Corruption is smart enough to know that you need a reason to do something, right? So corruption won't go like, hey, hit that guy. No, your corruption will do this. Hey, have you seen what that guy wrote? Ah, that's terrible, you know? He must be a terrible person if he writes that. You know, you look, you don't need to you don't need to find out what he means, why he means. Don't look at this. This is all you need to know. Now, look, that will hurt people. You should make him suffer for this. You should point him out how what a terrible human being it is, cause him pain. That's how corruption works. It finds you excuses. There is another part, the second part, why I use the word corruption. Because corruption doesn't end there. Corruption's job is much more bigger. I don't know if you played any or seen the movie World of Warcraft. Right? There is something that is called Fel in the movie, and that's like spreads, destroying everything that lives. It consumes life. It corrupts people because they become demons after being corrupted by Fel. This is why I use the word corruption. Because if you allow your corruption to win once, then that won't stop your corruption. It wants to spread all over your heart. And if you will uh, give in to your corruption, then you are giving more power to it to spread. Oh, it will try to find any way to spread. That's why it's corruption. So, I wanted to make another point here. There is the good side of you, right? The full description of the two sides of every person is side one, it is goodness. Side two, the opposite side, is corruption disguised as goodness. That's how those two sides look. And if you are doing something good, that doesn't mean you're not using your hatred and your corruption. That doesn't mean you're not listening to your corruption. If you're doing something good, you can still be doing something wrong. If you're doing this in a wrong way, right? And there are two ways of doing things, in a good way or in a bad way. The bad way comes from your corruption, and it's usually based on hate, prejudice, and whatever bad thing you can think of. If you are using those characteristics in your argumentation, that means you're using your corruption, and that means you're causing harm. If you are using your compassion, understanding, and your heart, your goodness, then, brother, do it more. And the point, the point I wanted to make, I don't believe what the right wingers say about the left. No, they're saying that they're like religious fanatics, etc., unreasonable, etc. No, these are good people. And the right says that about the left, and the left says the same about the right. So, so basically, everyone in the whole country is unreasonable, and everyone is evil. I mean, you can't live like that. You seriously can't live like that. You need to believe in humanity. You need to believe that the other person is good. Otherwise, it's a life like that is just sad. It's sad. But I think that both sides are doing the same thing. They are justifying. They are justifying usage of their hate and their corruption as doing something good. I've seen it on the left. I've seen it on the right. And if you're watching this, and I can hope that you can see reason in what I am saying, then, and you are the person that uses corruption, I I will say this: please change. If you want to be a good person, use the other side. Start doing it. That's it from me. Have a good one, guys. Cheers and bye bye.